Welcome to the 200 Proof Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Grayson, and this is
Willie Bites.
This is the only podcast where we are 100% guaranteed to get drunk and mostly talk about sports.
Probably.
Today
Usually.
we'll be recapping Week 7, I believe, of the NFL, the opening nights of NBA, and we'll probably talk about Week 8 of the NFL a little bit.
Yeah, a little preview.
We are sponsored by SeatGeek. Use 200 Proof Sports, no spaces. Get $20 off any ticket from SeatGeek. It's only the first ticket. You can make a new email, make a new account, get you $20 off every ticket. They are not listening. Anyway,
they're really not listening.
Anyway, in the sports talk, we're going to start with crazy stats from Week 7 of the NFL. Then we're
mostly from the Giants game.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway. Oh, great. 1 second. Anyway. Crazy stats from Week 7 of the NFL. Well, Will, you guessed it. Before the Sunday, there have been 1,602 games where a team was leading by at least 18 points with 6 minutes or less left in the game. The Giants are the only team to ever lose.
Just amazing.
Oh my God.
I mean, we're making history.
Breaking records. We're going to talk more about that game later for sure. A lot. There will be crying.
Screaming, punching the air, cursing God.
But for now, the Packers have scored 27 points exactly in every game they've won this season. Thought that was a weird one.
That is weird. It's a good number.
Is it?
It's a good number of points to score. I feel like the average is like 21, 22.
It's a good age to die at.
Very good age to die at.
And yes, the average is about 21 and a half-ish. I know this because of last week's special stats with Justin Fields, where he never won a game when the other team scored 20 points. I'm like, what's the average? And it's over 20 points. So, hard to win.
Yeah, statistically, that's horrible.
Okay. Oh, boy. I'm going to save the... You know what? We'll do this one now. The Colts are averaging the most points per drive of any team in the 21st century, edging out the Patriots of 2007 and the 2018 Chiefs.
We live in the weirdest timeline. I am fully convinced. 100%. I think it goes back to Harambe, to be honest.
It definitely goes back to Harambe. Also, always sirens, man. What is going on in your neighborhood?
I told you, I have a great view, and the sound carries from the avenue.
I am closer to the ground in a more dangerous neighborhood.
But the sound carries really well.
Why is
up? Because it's an unobstructed line of view, okay?
Anyway, just to get weirder with the Colts, Daniel Jones has been sacked the least amount of times of any quarterback in the league. Under the Giants, he was the most twice.
I think we were the problem.
He has also not been sacked a single time on 3rd or 4th down. You know, the downs when they know you're passing, so they rush.
Yeah. I'm trying to find an analogy for what Giants fans are going through. I mean,
emotional whiplash.
We're just getting cucked. That's it.
I just want to talk to John Mara and ask him one question.
Just want to talk.
Just want to talk.
Just want to have a civil conversation.
You probably won't get violent.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm bringing a lead pipe, because I know it probably won't get violent, but it might.
Yeah, it might
There's
get
always
violent.
a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
before I complain more about the Giants, the last one is the Bills are 4-2. The 4 teams they've beaten combined for less than 4 wins.
The Bills are such frauds.
The Bills are such frauds.
And I say that having only watched one Bills game. I only watched one Bills game. It was a game against the Patriots.
That's the only. You didn't watch the Ravens-Bills game?
I think I watched a little bit of that. I haven't been watching a lot of sports this year, man. I really haven't.
You're on a sports podcast. I feel like you should.
I know.
Watch more sports.
It's very time consuming. I'm busy, okay? I have stuff to do.
No, it's your first year of having sports while having a girlfriend. That's what's happening. You haven't figured out how to balance it.
I just watch a lot of YouTube videos of stuff.
You put on sports and you turn the sound down and you watch YouTube videos on the side. That's how you do ADD.
That's very smart. I'll try that next time. I just like hating on the Bills because I think Josh Allen is super overrated.
Very incredibly not good.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's like Anthony Richardson, but instead of having an IQ of 60, he has an IQ of like 80.
If anyone's wondering, the average IQ is like 98.
It's 100. That's literally how they define it.
Yeah. In the world, in America, it's 98.
Yeah. If you're smart, if you took like AP Calc, your IQ is probably 130 or above. You know, if you go to an Ivy League school, the average IQ there is probably...
but couldn't get into AP Calc because I never did my homework.
It's probably about the same. Probably
not
about...
straight A's, like 100s on tests.
You're probably somewhere in the 120 to 140 range.
Yeah, I took it once. That was the range.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want to talk about the NBA first? Since it just happened last night?
Sure.
Okay. So I texted you my takeaways. I watched the first game, OKC versus Houston.
Yes.
And I texted you my takeaways. Would you like to read them back to me?
Yes.
I want to see if I'm still feeling all of these.
Okay, NBA first game takeaways. Shea is Kobe with no personality. I actually was thinking about this one, and I figured out what Shea's personality is.
Nothing?
Shea's personality is a masked lesbian who's OCD about being neat and clean. You all know these lesbians.
Do we all know these lesbians?
Yes, they carry their keys on a carabiner from their belt loop. They're always wearing hats. They tuck their shirt into their jeans, okay? Or they wear baggy, oversized clothing, but everything is so clean and pressed. You go to their house, everything's perfectly folded and organized.
You know not as many people live as close to Brooklyn as we do, right?
Neither of these people that I met that I'm thinking about were in Brooklyn.
Is it because they couldn't afford to live in Brooklyn?
No, one I met in college and the other lives in Arizona.
Ew, why would
my point is, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has the personality of a masked lesbian who's always like rubbing her hands together like this.
Yo, I left the game on because I'm like, all right, I'll watch a little bit of the next game. And so they actually interviewed Shea. And I realized I didn't know what his voice sounded like. And it's exactly Kobe's. He's got that deep voice, but there's no personality there. There's no there.
Yeah. I also feel like he's like Kobe was built like a built dude.
Yeah, Shea's I think Shea's a little longer. I think that's what makes it. I'm not sure if and he's younger, so maybe he'll get more built.
No, he won't. He's very skinny. He always has been. He always will be.
People. It literally looks like he's slithering through the lane.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's a great build for basketball, but it's not. It's just not weighty enough. Needs to add some mass, like cultivate some mass, Shea.
Yeah.
This guy's never had a plate of pasta or carbs.
Can I do a general take on the NBA the first night?
Yeah.
So I think this summarizes everything that's good and bad about the NBA. So opening night, double overtime game. You have the defending champions OKC with the reigning MVP, Finals MVP, scoring leader, elite defense. On the other side, you have Kevin Durant, the former star, an MVP for the OKC. Never won a title with them, with his new young exciting team. And the very end, in double overtime for the win, Shea is going against Kevin Durant. 1-on-1 in ISO. And it comes down to foul baiting.
Yeah.
I got more. You have that. You have Kevin Durant going against that. And the next game you're supposed to have LeBron James and Luka Doncic going against Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. And in both games, one of the teams is missing the second best player, and the season hasn't even started yet. How is this happening?
I told you I have some thoughts on LeBron's absence, which we will get into in a minute.
It's because he's gay?
A little more than that, but I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. Anyways, do you want me to keep reading your takes?
Yeah.
Amen Thompson is the best point guard in the league? ?
He is. So he has to play point guard, even though he's clearly not a point guard because their point guard got hurt.
Yeah, well, also the average height of their starting lineup is like 6'9".
Yeah, they announced that last night. It was 6'10". It was amazing.
Crazy.
It was amazing. It was a great. That lineup did great. So yeah. Amen Thompson. I'm going to say this. Amen Thompson is the answer to the question, what if Giannis wasn't 7 feet tall? Everyone's like, if Giannis wasn't 7 feet tall, he'd be nothing. No, he'd be Amen Thompson, who's going to be one of the best players in the league.
Or what if Derrick Rose was 6'7"?
And bad at shooting? And
Derrick Rose wasn't a great shooter.
Amen Thompson was third in Defensive Player of the Year last year.
That's pretty good.
And it was his second season. And he's not a big.
Well, he's never going to win it because Victor Wembanyama exists, but he'll be a great defender for the next 15 years.
He's exactly what Giannis would be if he was 6'7". Just one of the best cutters in the league, a freak athlete, one of the best wing defenders in the league, can score at the rim at will, a great passer.
Or what if Zion Williamson was a normal weight?
Zion Williamson was a normal weight. I'm not sure he would be in the NBA.
No, he would be. That athleticism is
springy.
If Zion Williamson was a normal weight, he'd have a 55-inch vertical.
This is the crazy thing about Zion. He's shorter than Amen Thompson.
6'5", maybe 6'6".
Yeah, and just waddles side to side. Are you falling for skinny Zion hype?
I am. It's not just skinny Zion, it's Ozempic Zion.
I'm falling for skinny Luka, but I am not falling for skinny Zion.
I will never give up on Zion Williamson.
I have a $500 Zion Williamson rookie card that I doubt is worth that much right now.
It's definitely not. No. I'll buy it from you for $100.
I could probably sell it for $150.
Well, put it on eBay. See what you get. Anyways, you want to keep going?
I'm investing in Amen Thompson stock. Anyway, next one.
You misspelled it, but it says Sengun. Yeah, Sengun is better than Jokic. This one you're gonna have to really sell me on because
he's always kind of been very Jokic-y. Like he's this.
They call him Baby Jokic.
Yeah, he's kids, but he just at one point in this game he hit 4 threes in a row, and they were like,
in Zion Williamson's debut, he hit 4 threes in a row.
I know, and it was just like the Oklahoma State Thunder, they were missing their second best player, but they were able to shut down everything. Kevin Durant had a fucking terrible game because he's really bad when someone's actually guarding him, which is why he only plays with like 3 other All NBA players. But also Ahmed Thompson, until he went out of the game because he got hurt, he shut down Shea.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he has the speed, he has the physicality,
MVP and the reigning scoring leader.
We both know he should not have won MVP.
No, it obviously should have been Wemby.
Obviously, even though he wasn't eligible for it.
He played like 14 games. Oh, I can't wait to watch Wemby. Is he playing tonight?
I hope so.
The Knicks are playing tonight.
NBA refs are still just the worst.
Oh,
can't argue with that one.
The NBA refs tried to give that game to Houston so many times. So it was a double overtime game, right? Did you see what happened at the end of the first overtime?
I did not.
So the Houston Rockets have no timeouts. They're down 1 point. Kevin Durant gets the rebound. With 5 seconds left, Kevin Durant gets a rebound. Calls timeout. Like, blatantly, just screaming in the ref's face, calling timeout. You know what happened with Chris Webber?
Technical.
That is a technical. Other team gets the ball. That would have been game over. But the refs refused to acknowledge it. There's a few other things. There were fouls that weren't there.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, there was just a lot of nonsense. Also, I just want to point out, Kevin Durant, is this one of my things? No, that's the next thing. So, yeah, read the next one, I guess.
KD not clutch.
KD famously not clutch. I don't know where he got this idea that he's clutch. He has the worst clutch time shooting percentage in the playoffs in the history of the NBA. I think it's like minimum a certain amount of attempts. But, so this goes back to the 2021 playoffs when he did the toe on the line thing, where everyone seems to no one seems to blame Kevin Durant for that. Where he was going for the game winner, he stepped on the line, it was a 2 instead of a 3, it sent it to overtime, and then he missed every shot in overtime. He went 0 for 8.
Yeah, well, I don't blame Kevin Durant for having his foot on the line. I blame him for going 0 for 8 in overtime.
You can blame him for that. But if LeBron James stepped on that line, people would be calling him not clutch because it's a mental mistake. And he's just constantly making these mental mistakes. The timeout thing, at the beginning, he fouled Shea on the game winner. Like,
I also
that happened bad in this game was because of Kevin Durant.
I also do give Kevin Durant some slack on that game because Kyrie and James Harden were both out and he scored 49 points.
James Harden was playing.
James Harden was playing? Oh, no. He had a busted hamstring. He was terrible.
Whoa. I want to defend this. Was James Harden not himself, or did he actually play better than he usually does in Game 7? Because if you look it up, that was his second best Game 7 ever.
Yeah, James Harden. If there's a player less clutch than Kevin Durant,
James Harden is the worst, is the least clutch guy of all time.
Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. Who's the last guy you call?
Kevin Durant. Oh,
yeah.
Next Kellerman. I want to tell him that he's right about Iggy.
He is right.
Iggy
and Eli Manning.
More clutch, is a better clutch shooter than Steph Curry. He just is.
All right, but who's more clutch, Iggy or Eli Manning?
Eli Manning is the most clutch player of all time. I like that him and Peyton Manning just switched brains in the playoffs because Peyton Manning I thought it was just a few times and then he got over it. He was never good in the playoffs. Even the second Super Bowl, he was obviously bad, but the first Super Bowl, he was bad.
I think Eli has a little bit of the Jokic thing with his autism, where Jokic doesn't care, so he doesn't get pressured by high pressure situations. And so like Eli doesn't fully comprehend the situations he's in. So he's like, oh, we're just playing catch. Like it's not It's not a big deal. I'm just going to throw the ball the same as I always do.
He probably has that thing. I don't know if you ever saw this, but you know the 13-second game with the Bills and the Chiefs?
Yeah.
So they had a heart monitor on Patrick Mahomes, and the only time his heart rate rised is when he wasn't on the field. So when he was
That's
actually
crazy.
when he was actually in control of things, he had like a completely steady, normal heart rate. He only got nervous when he wasn't in control.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love Patrick Mahomes. I think
he's so fucking good. You ever just watch him and you're like, he's so fucking good?
I think he's either the second or third best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, the question is, has he beaten Joe Montana yet?
I think yes.
I think yes, but I can see you saying no. 4 for 4.
Well, in terms of pure skill, I think he's the second best quarterback of all time behind Aaron Rodgers, and in terms of greatness, I think he's the third greatest behind Brady and Joe Montana.
Yeah, that's fair. What was my? Do I have any more?
And then the last point: stop starting the games with your biggest stars at 10 p.m. East Coast time on a Tuesday. What the fuck is actually wrong with you?
What the fuck is actually wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, NBA?
Do you not want your league to be popular? It's already
Get it together.
It's already a huge problem that 2/3 of the country live in the East Coast time zone, and 90%, basically all of your biggest stars besides Giannis, play in the Western Conference.
Yeah, it's bad.
Just fucking fix it. Don't start games at 10 p.m. on especially
just
your prime.
Take the good players and move them over here.
Do that on a fucking Friday. It's fucking you could have started the first game at 7 instead of 8. Could have got the other one started by 9. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I also want to just read off the list of games tonight because I think some of these are actually hilarious. Mm-hmm. So first you have Cavs Knicks. That's the terrible owners bowl, I'm going to say.
That's awesome.
Then you have the Nets Hornets, which is the bottom feeders bowl.
Hey, the Nets have Michael Porter Jr. Oh, by the way, everybody, bet the under on Nets total assists for the season. They will be last. They have Michael Porter Jr. and Cam. Their top 3 assist players last year, they got rid of them and brought in 3 shooting guards who don't pass.
Yeah, because no one ever scored points by making assists.
Oh, also their owner got fined because he admitted he was tanking on a podcast a couple weeks ago.
Nice. Anyways, we've got the Heat Magic, Battle for Florida. Raptors Hawks, the Bird Bowl.
Bird Bowl.
Sixers Celtics, the Riot Bowl.
That just sounds like a lot of angry white people.
Pistons Bulls, the Stabbing Bowl.
That's a lot of angry not white people.
Pelicans Grizzlies, the Shooting Bowl.
I would call that the bowl of why there's no famous American stars anymore. Think about it, if John Moran and Zion worked out, the NBA would be golden.
Dude, I did I ever tell you I came face to face with John Morant right before he got drafted?
Oh yeah? Isn't he?
I was at LaGuardia Airport.
Why do you keep running into athletes at the airport?
Because they take flights the same as the rest of us. And
I don't run into athletes at the airport.
I was I think on my way back from Texas, and I saw like a bunch of kind of athlete looking guys getting into a Sprinter van, and one of them looked just like John Morant, and I was like, that's can't be John Morant. Like he looks a little different. He doesn't have a gun. And so I didn't say anything, and then I looked, and it was like, yeah, all the players are in New York for the draft. It was like that day.
Oh,
I was like, shit, that was John Morant. Anyways, Wizard Bucks. I don't know what that is.
I think that's their Chris Middleton reunion.
Yeah.
Them Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma, and it's super not worked out for either team.
Yeah. Clippers, Jazz.
Ugh.
Yeah, ew.
Ugh.
Spurs, Mavs, battle for Texas. Um,
Oh my god.
King
Wait, Spurs Masters tonight? Does it start at 11 p.m.?
9:30.
I can watch part of that.
Yeah. Kings, Suns, and Wolves, Blazers. So should be some good games. I'm excited.
Honestly, Knicks Cavs is the best one.
Um, Final thoughts on NBA. I just want to touch on the Lakers really quick.
They
I was
suck at
watching.
defense.
They do. I was watching the game highlights yesterday, and a thought dawned on me. So LeBron is out for the first 4 to 6 weeks with sciatica, and if you don't know what sciatica is, it's
It's the
this
oldest injury you can
nerve
get.
pain condition that's like a chronic condition, doesn't really go away ever, and you can just say you have it, and it's really impossible to prove. It's not like it'll show up on an MRI or there's like a test for it. You're just like, it hurts. And they're like, okay, it's sciatica. And so something like this never would have sidelined LeBron in his younger days.
To
And
be
I
fair,
think
he's
what's
like
going,
80 now.
yes. And I saw someone saying that if he is out for the full 4 to 6 weeks, that's going to eliminate him from contention for all the season awards and for all NBA honors. And that really sucks for LeBron, but I don't think he cares about that stuff anymore. And
No, I think he has enough of those things.
I think this is him intentionally sitting out for two reasons. One, to make sure that Luka is the leader of this team and he can run the team so that he's taking some of the pressure off LeBron from having to run the offense all the time. And
Well,
second,
Luka did a lot of that last night.
he did. And second, I think LeBron wants to kind of preemptively load manage and make sure that he's well rested going into the playoffs, because I think he knows that if he tries to play a full 82 game season, by playoff time, he's going to be out of gas. And I think he's going to retire after next year. And he knows that these last 2 years are his last best chance to win a championship.
Well, this year isn't one of those years.
There's
they are
always a
not
chance.
winning a championship with DeAndre Ayton as their starting center
He was a number 1 overall pick.
over Luka.
Pretty crazy. Life comes full circle, huh?
The Kings drafted Marvin Bagley over Luka, and their GM was Luka's coach in like the EuroLeagues.
Dude, I still remember living in Maryland. Kai, shout out to you if you're listening. I haven't seen you since Maryland, but if you're out there, shout out. This guy I was friends with showed me Marvin Bagley highlights and was like, this guy is going to be the best player in the league. And you know what? He looked
still in the league.
I think he was on the Pistons last time I checked. But he looked good. But it has not gone well for him.
No, was a bad pick. Maybe pick the youngest EuroLeague MVP ever. He won it at like 17.
I think it was 16.
Yeah, he was playing with a bunch of grown men in the second best league in the world. It's better than American college basketball.
Played an exhibition game against Russell Westbrook and went toe to toe with him. Yeah.
Anyway, so the NBA is back, and it's still a mixed bag of being terribly run, and yet still some of the still probably has the best athletes on earth, and yet none of them have any desire to be even remotely marketable. Is that accurate? I feel like I got that.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So let's do some NFL stuff real quick and get out of here and watch the Knicks lose. Giants suck. So we watched that Giants game together.
We did.
How do you feel?
Sad.
Suicidal?
Yeah.
We were so happy for so much of that game.
I don't want to be around anymore.
We gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter. I just want to point out. So Jackson Dart threw that interception at the end.
Yeah.
That was not his fault at all. Do you know whose fault that was? So Brian Dable, who's supposed to be the offensive coordinator and the head coach, couldn't do math. So they're up by 10. You get a it's fourth and I think it was 4th and 3. You get a first down. It was like 4th and 1. You get a first down, and game's basically over. You have a rookie QB and no good wide receivers and no good tight ends against the best defense in the league. If you run the ball, even if you don't get the timeout, the Broncos had one timeout left. Even if you don't get the first down, they had one timeout left. They were using them on this drive. There was 3 minutes left. They lose 40 seconds off the clock. They get the ball back with no timeouts. Worst case, you're up by 10. Worst case scenario, they drive down the field, take 2 minutes off the clock, and have to do it on. And no matter what they do, because they have no timeouts left, even if they score a touchdown immediately, they have to do an onside kick, which is now impossible because of the rule changes. The worst case scenario is you get in a situation where you win only 5%, since they changed the rules, only 5% of onside kicks are successful.
Wow.
But instead, he's like, hey, rookie QB against the best defense with no wide receivers or tight ends. Throw the ball.
Over the middle.
Over the middle. So, yeah, that was just awful coaching. He should have been fired that day. Also, our defensive coordinator should have been fired. He dropped 8 into coverage with the best D-line in the league.
Yeah.
The fucking, the players were screaming at him, saying, don't call this play. So, yeah, everyone's probably getting fired or not. Who knows?
Probably not.
Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart played fucking amazing.
Yeah, I heard some funny nicknames for them today. The CTE brothers and Big Blue Tent.
That's pretty good. I like Big Blue Tent.
Yeah.
But yeah, they play the Eagles again this week. The Eagles are probably looking for revenge.
They won't get it.
Hey, Cam Scatterbo has more yards and yards per play than Saquon.
Yeah, and how many crayons does Saquon eat on a weekly basis?
Probably less than 10. And Cam Scatterbo is hitting 10 a day.
Yeah. Yeah, those are rookie numbers in this racket. Gotta pump those numbers up.
I just saw a thing that was an ad, completely unrelated. So Tucker Carlson is promoting some kind of it's like Zins, but it's a different brand.
Like Zins, but they go in your foreskin?
Yeah, I don't know what it's for. But he was keeping it in a holster. And he said he was on a 9-hour flight and he went through, I forgot how many of them there were, but the equivalent for cigarettes was 28.
I mean, that is the answer to not being allowed to smoke on an airplane.
Yeah, I guess. But
or just cover your body in nicotine patches.
I think Tucker Carlson might be the most nicotine addicted person alive, besides Sean Penn.
Dude, there was a King Zog of Armenia was so addicted to cigarettes and nicotine that he would have his servants wake him up in the middle of the night so he could smoke more cigarettes.
That man needs a patch. All right. We're making it a fast one today. Chiefs are fine.
Yeah, the Chiefs are they're going to be fine.
Oh, fuck. This is supposed to be in crazy stats. I'll get that in later. So, the Chiefs had 30 first downs against the Raiders. They won 30-0. The Raiders ran less than 30 plays. The Chiefs had more first downs and more points than plays the Raiders ran.
That's insane.
I don't think Pete Carroll's getting enough shit this season. Everyone's shitting on Bill Belichick at UNC. What about Pete Carroll? He doesn't even have a hot girlfriend to blame it on.
He should get a hot girlfriend.
Sure, and everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Chiefs now probably have the best wide receiving core in the league.
Crazy how good receivers look when they have the best quarterback in the league throwing to them.
I mean, also Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Rashee Rice were supposed to be their like receiving core last year. This was the first snap they ever played together.
Crazy.
Hollywood Brown got injured in the preseason. Rashee Rice got injured in Game 3, then was suspended for the first. Then was suspended and then got suspended for the first 6 games of this season. And then Xavier Worthy also got hurt. Like, this was the Chiefs were supposed to get last year, and they still made the Super Bowl. And now they have all these guys, and they have a top 5 defense, and now they're gonna have a top 5 offense. Also, Patrick Mahomes, I think, is leading the league in like every stat. He's probably gonna win MVP again, and it's just gonna be this again and again and again until the fucking sun blows up.
Yeah, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is kind of like the LeBron of the NFL, where if no one else has an unbelievable season, the default MVP is Mahomes.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
What happened the year where Lamar? No, yeah, because Lamar was like had the best record in the league by like a crazy amount.
Yeah, and he ran for like 1,000 yards and had 40 passing touchdowns and like 2 interceptions.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts. And then last year they gave it to Josh Allen, even though he was worse than Lamar in every possible way.
I mean, same thing with
Lamar won it last year and didn't deserve it, so we're gonna give it to Josh, who doesn't deserve it this year.
It's my turn. It's my turn to talk.
It's my white privilege. So anyway, I actually want to. So Bills are next on the thing. Wait, actually, before that, back to the Giants. I just want to make sure I get this right because I'm going to compare it to the teams we're about to talk about. I just want to tell you why this loss was so devastating. We're going to go over the rest of the Giants' schedule. The Eagles, the 49ers, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, the Patriots, the Commanders, the Vikings. Then you get the Raiders and the Cowboys. So basically, until that Raiders game, nothing but good teams. And the only home games are against the Packers and the Commanders.
We're fucked. I mean, we were already fucked.
Definitely back by then. That's such a bad. I don't think there's not a single team with a below 500 record besides the Raiders. They're the only ones left of the schedule, and we're not even halfway through.
I mean, you said it before the season started. This is statistically the hardest schedule in the history of American professional sports. And sometimes when a schedule comes out, because the difficulty rating is always based on the prior year, sometimes by the time you get midway through the season, the back half of your schedule actually ends up being a little easier because those teams that you thought were going to be good aren't necessarily that good. But this year, it's just looking worse and worse and worse.
Some of these teams are better than we thought. Like the Patriots are better than we thought.
Yeah.
The Packers got Micah Parsons. That wasn't even factored in when people were doing this. Like, that's going to be a fucking murder. Anyway, I talk about this because I wanted to bring up the Bills, who have the second easiest schedule in the NBA, in the NFL. The only one who has easier and this is what I want to bring up. I don't think the Bills are going to win their division because they're already
No, the
behind.
Patriots are going to win.
Yeah, and this is who the Patriots have left. It starts hard and then gets really easy. The Browns, no, not super hard. The Falcons, the Bucks, the Jets, the Bengals, the Giants, the Bills, the Ravens, the Jets again, and the Dolphins.
That is an absurdly easy schedule.
I mean, you can say the Ravens will be hard because Lamar will be back by then, but they're a 1-5 team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. Who else is good on that schedule? The Bills, I guess. The Bucks. Who knows? Oh,
yeah.
So the Bills aren't winning the division, and should we end it with why the Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, and then we'll talk about the UFC.
Yeah.
All right. Baker should still be MVP because that loss was not his fault at all. He threw a pass perfectly to Mike Evans that Mike Evans caught that would have tied the game, completely changed the game, especially if Mike Evans was still in it. And Mike Evans broke his collarbone, otherwise he catches that pass. So,
yeah,
with Mike Evans out, they're missing 3 offensive linemen, 2 wide receivers, and their starting running back. They're missing over half of their offense.
Who needs an offense when you have Baker Mayfield?
Yeah. So the fact that Baker Mayfield played even acceptable is fucking insane. Remember how bad Patrick Mahomes was when they were missing 2 wide receivers and 1 lineman?
Yeah, everyone was freaking out, saying the Chiefs were terrible, but they were fine.
The amount of shit I edited at the beginning of this year that was like, the dynasty's over.
Please.
These people are fucking retarded. Did we do this with the Patriots every time they lost in a Super Bowl?
No.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, Max Kellerman did, kind of.
Well, he just thought eventually, he just didn't think Tom Brady would defy all previous history of aging. He was basing his take off empirical 100% hit rate on data.
Well, did he factor in the fact that Tom Brady has a supermodel had a supermodel Brazilian wife, magic pajamas, and a trainer who's basically a modern day Rasputin?
No, he didn't factor that in. Funny thing, you're probably going to get this about because it's what we're talking about, but do you know who has the most? You probably can get this one. I'm going to ask you the 2 most. Who has the 2 most receiving yards for a player over the age of 40? Number 1 you should get easy.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice is number 1 with a lot. Way too many.
And for a player over the age of 40, is it Tom Brady?
It's Tom Brady. He has 30 yards. No one else has positive yards.
Well, yeah, because no receivers make it past the age of 35 usually.
Jerry Rice blew out his knee at 35 and still had 3 more 1,200-yard seasons. Monster.
The dude was an animal.
So anyway, UFC heavyweight title fight.
Yes. After what seems like 3 years of John Jones holding up this division, we finally have an undisputed UFC heavyweight title fight this weekend. Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall. Who you got?
Probably Tom Aspinall.
Yeah. I mean, the way that John Jones folded Cyril Gane like a cheap pair of sweatpants in that last fight. Yeah, it was bad. Here's the thing about Tom Aspinall.
Who was Tom Aspinall's last fight? I feel like it's been a while.
I think it was Pavlovich.
Feels like a long time ago because
it was a long time ago because he was gonna fight John Jones for the longest time.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Yeah. So the thing about Tom Aspinall, so much respect for him. Obviously, an amazing fighter, but I don't think he's ever really been tested. I don't think any of his fights have made it past the second round, and I think most of them have ended in the first round. And so I'm curious. I'm curious to see what will happen when he really gets pushed.
He's
Yeah, let's
way
see.
older than I thought.
Okay.
He hasn't fought since July 2024.
Yeah, so that was like what, 15 months ago?
Dude, he is really
well, he was going to fight John Jones, but John Jones he tore his pec, and then anyways, last fight he knocked the guy out in a minute. The one before that, a minute 9.
Exactly 1 minute on the dot.
The fight before that, a minute 13. The one before that,
the fight in between that, it's a minute 9. Fight before that's a minute 13.
Yes. Fight before that, he got injured and they had to stop the fight. Fight before that, first round 3:45. Fight before that, first round 2:30. Fight before that, second round, a minute 9. Fight before that, first round 1:35. Fight before that, first round 45 seconds. Fight before that, first round.
Of your head, or are you reading it like me?
No, I'm reading it. First round,
good.
56 seconds. Before that, first round 121. First round 116. You have to go.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's never been past 3 minutes into the second round.
Yeah, that was only one time. He's only been to the second round twice or 3 times.
I mean, and even as an amateur in 2013, the furthest he ever went was 3 minutes into the third round. Yeah, and that went the distance actually. So
we were barely into Obama's second term.
So I don't care how good of a fighter you are. Every fighter eventually gets a tough fight, and they have to dig deep, and they're going to take damage, and they're going to get tested, and it's going to go the distance.
Yeah, but
you never know. You really never know.
Maybe Pereira is that one.
Yeah. Well, that's the obvious fight. Speaking of which, obviously Pereira knocked out Magomed Ankalaev a couple weeks ago to regain the light heavyweight title.
Thank fucking God.
And I saw apparently in their first fight last year where Pereira lost, apparently he had a fractured tibia.
A lot of things always come out about fighters being injured when they lose.
But I believe it.
A little bit of a grain of salt. Like people say that Manny Pacquiao said he had a torn rotator cuff when he fought Floyd, and Floyd wouldn't let them move the date of the fight.
Yeah, but then Pereira came back in the rematch and knocked him out in a minute.
Yeah, well, Floyd wouldn't let them have a rematch.
Yeah,
Floyd is
a piece of shit. Yeah,
piece of shit.
But yeah.
Fucking Pereira looked awesome. Yeah, he did. Pereira did look weird. We watched that fight together. Pereira did look
bad
in the first fight.
Yeah.
He looked slower and hesitant.
Very hesitant. Yeah, I mean, if Aspinall wins this fight, I think the fight to make is Pereira versus Aspinall for Pereira to be potentially the first ever triple champion in the history of the UFC at the White House. Book it, Dana.
Book it. All right. I think that's where we finish off.
All right.
Short one. 200 Proof Sports at SeatGeek. $20 off everything. Like, rate, subscribe.
Argue.
Race bait in the comments. Not rage bait. Race bait. Make it intense.
Race, yeah.
All right, guys. Tune in next time.